Hello, everybody. Welcome to another special guest live event. One of my favorite people. And I'm so excited because there's so much going on with Dr. O'Connor in many good ways. And there may be something good. Well, there is going to be something good coming on in spring, but we'll talk about that. So let's say hello first. And guys, if you're new, because you hopped on over from TikTok, Dr. O'Connor wants to know. Actually, so do I. So let us know. Hello, Kathy. Good to see you. Lori, yes, you're on. Marion, hello. Lisa. Hi, Lisa McMillan. Lisa McMillan, you guys, is the reason why I know Dr. O'Connor. So thank you. Lisa, thank you so much. Corey, hello. Yolanda, yes, you made it. You made it. Nikki, hello. Thank you for being here. Jamie, hello. Alex, good to see you. Bertha, good to see you, Bertha. Russell, so good to see you again. Munu, so good to see you, my friend. Aloha. Oh my God. Okay, there we go. Priscilla, hello. Brandy, hi. Karen, good to see you. Yolanda says it's good to see you and the doctor. Thank you very much. Nikki's from Arizona. I was just on your live. Thanks, Alex. Robin, good to see you, my friend. And you hopped over. Thank you. Hi. Hi, Tammy. I'm new here from TikTok. Thank you, Yolanda. Courtney, I did jump from TikTok just now. I love it. I love it. And let's say Sarah from the UK staying up because it's only 1 o'clock in the morning there. Thank you, Sarah. Leslie, hello. Hey, Beth. Hello. I came from TikTok earlier, the Midnight Crystals. Nice to see you, Denise. Thank you. Kelly, hello. Great picture, Kelly. That's a beautiful picture. Brayden, all the way from the land down under. Thank you for being here. And Jennifer, hello, Jennifer. Good to see you. Um, uh, Patty, good to see you. Stephanie, hello. Denise, always good. Yay, welcome everybody from TikTok. Mary Jo jumped on over. Crystal, hello. My God, you guys. Um, Before I spit my water out for my butter comment, you're funny. Denise, thank you. And Delora, a downer with the O'Connor. We're getting shirts made up. Amy from Wisconsin. Love life captions. Inclusive for the dead. The dead. Oh my God, Elias. The deaf. How do I do that? Do we know how to do that? Give me a moment, everybody. Let me just look because I would want someone to know. Hey, Betty. Good to see you. Yeah, I would love to have the captions. I don't know how to do that. Give us a second, everybody. Virtual audio. I don't know how to do it. I'm so sorry. I don't know how to do that.
We're already on, Steve. I can already
Yeah,
see.
we're on. Oh, you have them on already. Thank you.
Yes.
Okay, I can't see them, so I'm glad we have it. It's doing it. Awesome, great. Yeah, you can if she turns her volume down, it will automatically do it. I love that. Look at you finding that out. Thank you, Priscilla. All right, guys. Thank you. And it's so wonderful to have Dr. O'Connor here again. So Lisa McMillan introduced me to Dr. O'Connor because we were talking about LivLabs and we were talking about the benefits of CBD. And, I was a little leery about CBD because I'm like, oh my God, I don't know about that stuff. And when Lisa told me that Dr. O'Connor was the chief science officer for LivLabs, I'm like, all right, let's talk to you. And I was like, oh my God, it's a doctor. And and we started talking and we got into a little bit of the woo-woo talk. And Dr. O'Connor was new to woo-woo. And let's just say he's crossed over. He's totally crossed over. But what I love about Dr. O'Connor is this, you guys. I would say that Dr. O'Connor, for me, my personal belief is Dr. O'Connor is like another, and of course now I just totally blanked. Who is the gentleman that crossed over from traditional medicine to the other doctor? He's got a big gray beard. Oh my God, I'm totally losing it.
Weil.
Dr. Weil. You are my Dr. Weil. That's who you are for me. You are Dr. Weil in my eyes. And I'm telling you, I had shoulder pain. And when I went to see Dr. O'Connor at his home, we did a little retreat thing. He gave me hemp balm, and it's TH free, and you can see it's from LivLabs. This has really helped. Like, I will slop this on at night, and it doesn't really, like, in the morning I'm not like stinky. It's really, really good. And also, this portion of your broadcast has been brought to you by LivLabs. You too can have Formula One. Formula One, everybody, for your pets. Okay? LivLab for pets. And it's just great stuff. And we're not here to push the product. We're here to talk about prosperity and how prosperous health, when you are in alignment with your health, you're in alignment with so much. You're in alignment with so much. Dr. Well, yes. Hi, Leslie. Good to see you. I remember I had already turned on, I forgot how. No, I'm hearing. Okay, great. Thanks, Amy. I do believe I need that for restless leg syndrome. Yes. Stinky. You're so funny. I know. I try. Priscilla, I see the live captions and listening right now. Awesome. Awesome. So tell everybody a little bit about what you've done in your past, how you were a traditional doctor, and what brought you over to understanding what you're currently doing.
Well, first off, thanks for having me on again. This is for anybody that's maybe viewing Elias for the first time or one of the first couple of times. You're in for a real treat if you stick with him, because there's just no one on the planet quite like you, and thankfully so. But no, you've been very instrumental in helping me in the woo-woo side of things. It's a huge jump for a person from a traditional medical practice, conservative medical approach, to jump to where I am now. And I started my career much like most of the physicians the allopathic or osteopathic physicians, MDs or DOs that are out there. And I went to medical school, traditional training. That was way back in the 80s. Did a year of internal medicine, and then decided to go out and work in emergency medicine. And I gravitated to emergency medicine because of the excitement, the challenge. It's fast paced. It also leads to some benefits with lifestyle. When you're working, you're working. When you're off, you're off. And I really enjoyed that. As a traditional physician, it was very fulfilling. I got to pursue my other goals, which were triathlons, ultramarathoning, extreme sports, things of that sort. Oh, that's okay. He and his dogs, we're on first name basis now. So, but I traditionally speaking, it left a big. There was a big chasm that developed over the years, and I did emergency medicine for 33 years. About 6 or 7 years ago, I started, and it wasn't because of anything that I did or studied. It was actually my wife, Michelle, had brought me to the understanding that these supplements, which I thought were just a waste of time, money, and that you were just peeing out whatever you took in, they actually made a difference. And they fundamentally changed the way that I started looking at things. I couldn't deny the fact that when you're doing a test and you look at an input and it changes the outcome, you can explain it away all day, but it still doesn't change the fact that there was an input and a change in outcome. And that's what I saw. So over the successive years, I've become more and more convinced that supplements, holistic care, alternative integrative medicine is the way to go. In our society, our Western society, 90% of what we do is traditional allopathic, osteopathic medicine, and 5%, 10% is complementary or alternative medicine. And it should be quite reversed. Most disease, most problems that we have that stem from disease in the United States could be taken care of holistically with lifestyle changes, most of which could be taken care of with supplements, nutrition. It's crazy. And that's where I am.
And that is what a prosperous health is all about. And Willow has to agree with that. She has to bark on the truth. That is what it is all about, is understanding balance in our life, and how what we put in is not only physically important, emotionally important, spiritually important. We are this whole. Why do we separate the physical from the emotional, from the spiritual, from the mental? It's all one. You cannot have one without the other. And you have opened my eyes to, now I know about holistic medicine, but could you talk a little bit about, and we'll get more into the prosperous part, everyone. Can you talk a little bit about what would the benefits be of functional medicine, and then we'll go into LivLabs, and then we'll go into prosperity, just so I have a note.
Yeah, it's real simple. One of the things that I saw in emergency medicine is I would see the same people come in over and over with the progressive disease states that they had, whether it was high blood pressure, whether it was heart disease, diabetes. You just saw them over and over. And despite each time I would see them, they might be on a higher dose of the medicine that their primary care gave them. They may be on several different medications, and progressively they got no better. Mm-hmm. And it was an eye opener for me to understand that we do really well with acute care medicine, meaning if you're having a heart attack, you don't go see your herbalist. You go see an invasive cardiologist who opens up your arteries. And then once you get the acute problem taken care of, then you focus on functional medicine, which is looking at the root cause of disease, the root cause of illness, and the root cause of the healthcare challenges that we have. And when you look at the root cause, you're looking at things that we're going to talk about in prosperous healthcare and medicine. And what that is you're looking at things like lifestyle. Most of us don't have ideal diets. Most of us live in a constant stress on environment where we're continuously in the fight or flight or freeze mode, when that should only be a very tiny part of our existence. But we're in it. We're in a 24/7 news cycle. We're in a 24/7 communication cycle. We have our smartphones. We have electricity, which then provides light that at times when our bodies shouldn't have light. And those are light toxins. We have environmental toxins. We have food toxins. We have agricultural toxins. We have outgassing from the furniture, the flooring, the carpets, the materials that we're wearing that outgas and create a toxic environment to our bodies. We're surrounded by all these toxins. And what functional medicine does is, and it's not exclusive to functional medicine. There's most holistic chiropractors, et cetera, most holistic healers will look at the environment, that what's called the exosome, which is the sum total of all the stresses that attack our body from our external environment. And when I say external, that includes the food that we eat, because we're ingesting something from our external environment and it's being absorbed into the internal milieu. So when you look at that exosome, it includes all those toxins. And functional medicine and intuitive healers, chiropractic, etc., holistic, any sort of holistic practitioner is going to guide you to reducing some of those exposures. They're going to say, hey, maybe do something with your diet. Take a little bit of time and meditate. Get better sleep. Drink filtered water. Don't drink the tap water. Try to convert some of your food into organically grown food. It's a goal that's achievable for all of us. Nobody that I know is perfect.
Right.
So the key with functional medicine, and one of the advantages of functional medicine, is you meet the client where they're at, and you find out what's your motivation, what are your needs. Not me as a patronizing paternalistic physician, but what are your needs? And then let me be a doctor or an educator, and that's what a teacher is, what doctor actually means. Let me help to educate you so that you can do with your body something that science and technology could never dream of doing. We're just not that smart. We don't have the wisdom to determine how to metabolize and to feed the 100 trillion cells that incorporate your body, half of which to 90% of which are not your own DNA, but are bacteria and yeast and other symbiotic bacteria and organisms that allow us to function.
And that functionality, guys, for everybody that's listening, that function, when you're functioning on a high level or clear level or as best as possible, that is part of the prosperity. That is part of, I am acknowledging that my body is like a temple and we are moving forward with that temple. Now, Dr. O'Connor has told me about ifm.org. So that's I as in ice cream, F as in Frank, M as in Mary.org. And this, you can find a functional medical doctor in your area. I also want to point out, well, first of all, where are we? Hi, Irma and Kathy, and Brandy and Danielle and Rose and Irene. Good, we are doing well. And Kathy, good to see you. Jennifer, I'll ask Dr. O'Connor your question in a second. This is your website, correct? www.slainte143.com. You can find everything about Dr. O'Connor there. Is that where they would go for the LivLab products as well?
Yeah, they can. There's a link on that website for the LivLabs products, and
Yes.
and if Sláinte just means it's Celtic for health, and 143, as Elias knows, is our family code for 1 is I, 4 is love, 3 is you. So to your health, I love you, and it's very meaningful, and we're going to talk about this, but as much as Elias has brought me to the understanding that there is a spirit within each of us, and connecting to that spirit is so important. Connecting to all the things that we want to do to make ourselves a better person, to really work hard to be a different person that has a legacy that brings good to this world. You can't do that if you don't feel well. Think about if you are sick, if you are physically ill, you're nauseous, you're weak, you're tired, you don't have the energy to meditate. Think of your mitochondria. You need energy to supply the cell function to even think, to have a clear thought, to process that thought, to help develop the networking in your brain to benefit from all that you're doing to pursue a higher good. Those are not achievable unless you have the basic health and wellness that your body needs. And that's where that prosperity piece comes in, because we can't be anything until we have our health, until we respect the temple, which is your body.
So true. So guys, what we're going to do is we're going to talk a little bit about LivLabs, then we're going to answer some questions, and then we're going to talk, wait for it, Ecuador. Picture this, Ecuador, volcano. Picture this, not only a great volcano, not only could you see it from the property in Ecuador, but
Four
the
volcanoes.
cool thing is, 4 volcanoes. The cool thing is that there's a labyrinth, and the labyrinth has energy, and there's so much to that give me a moment, guys. I should always have these queued up, and I don't. Here we go. And it's so great because there might, and there will be, a retreat called Your Volcanic Soul, blasting out to embrace your authentic self. And can I just share? Okay, we are talking about Ecuador for a moment. Look at this view, everybody. That is from the O'Connor's place. And we'll talk more about in a minute, but look at the view. It's so cool. Let's look at the view again. So cool. So cool.
In Barbara.
Yes, so cool. Okay, so Doctor is so wonderful. Yes, he is. LivLabsNow.com. Is that a good website?
That'll get you to the general website, but if you go to this Slancha 143, there'll be a link at the top, which will get you to the LivLabs products and to my
So
link.
Priscilla, could we take that other one off so people don't get confused? That'd be great. Thank you so much. Okay, so look at Lisa. If you're a new customer and order product off Doc's code website, you get $10 off your product. Whoop whoop. There you go.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Lisa.
Now, thank you, Lisa. Okay, so tell us a little bit about LivLabs. Then we'll go to Ask Q&A, and then we'll talk about Ecuador, and we'll talk about your project that you got going on right now.
Great. One of the things about LivLab is about 5 years ago, I started researching, because of the holistic health journey that I've been on, I started investigating CBD because it was a new and up and coming opportunity for people to benefit from this plant source of nutrition. And it had tremendous healing properties. And you just can't get away from CBD in general as a tremendous adjunct to health, wellness, and longevity. And within that search, I had been involved and purchased some products from other companies, just really wasn't overly impressed with how some things happen. And then lo and behold, LivLabs fell on my lap. The readers, which are the CEO and the chairperson of the company, had reached out to me on an autumn afternoon. And ever since I had that conversation, I was convinced that their mission, and I'm mission driven. I mean, I'm not, and Elias will probably tell you this, I'm not motivated by money. I'm not motivated by wealth. I'm not motivated by fame. I'm mission driven. And I saw in these people and in the mission of the company to provide a premium CBD. And they asked me to join as the chief science officer because they were comfortable knowing that I would give them an honest appraisal, whether they were on track or off track with what they were trying to do with the product. And it's always about the customer. It's always about the client first, because no matter what I do, if I don't do right by the person that I'm working with, I haven't fulfilled my passion, my mission, etc. So it was a very unique opportunity for me to be involved with developing products through them.
Mhm.
And so we developed a number of products. We have like a ashwagandha and hemp gummy product, which is, this one is
There you go.
really good. These are great. My grandkids just, we have a really neat product, which is Live Balance. This is really excellent for people with metabolic syndrome, which is you don't metabolize your sugars. You may have insulin resistance, which then causes prediabetes or diabetes, causes extra weight gain, causes high cholesterol. We were able to use some products in here that are very unique to helping the body regulate abnormal blood sugars. So it's been a dream for me, because I get a canvas on which I can paint health, wellness, and longevity. And it's a company that has pure products. We have certificates of analysis that you can look at that document, unlike other, most other companies out there. I'm not going to say all of them, but most other companies, they don't spend the time or the investment to prove that their product does what they say they do, and also
Can
to
I
show.
interrupt you for a second? Just a
Mhm.
real quick second, because I want to find something out. Irene, how are you? Where are you watching from? And where did you see us from? So what's happening, everyone, is that this has happened before. Hi, Nicole. We'll get to your question in a second, okay? There are people coming on that pretend to be somebody else. This happened the other day. Live Balance. Pretending to be somebody, like there was somebody pretending to be Mary McCormick the other day. So I want to make sure that, Irene, you are who you are, because I know who you are. So tell me, how did you find out about me? And tell me how you know me. And yeah, I thought so. I thought so. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I just wanted to. I find that if we call them out right away, it's going to deter people from doing what they've been doing lately on Instagram and on, yeah, go ahead, Priscilla, on Instagram and on everything else. So I just wanted to catch it in time. So thank you.
No
Hi,
worries.
Charlene. Good to see you. And this is the link, guys. One more time. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Dr.
No,
Fung,
no.
for interrupting.
Understand. So I've had the opportunity to develop and to be part of the development of some very unique products. And Lisa McMillan is actually someone that I work with very well, and she is someone that if you enjoy anything about Lisa McMillan, which is, she is sincere and she is honest and transparent. You can reach out to her as well. I mean, she's a fabulous resource for this company and for CBD in general. And she's got some very unique experiences with it. Like most anybody who experiences CBD, they'll develop their own. We have an interesting product that actually has plant stem cells in it, and it's
That
called.
way. There you go.
It's hard because of the lighting, but
It's a pretty label. It's green. I don't know what it says on there, but it's pretty.
yeah, it says Live Essence, but it's a unique topical facial product and skin product.
This was the international symbol, everybody, for topical skin.
So
I love you.
it has some unique ingredients such as stem cells, plant stem cells, which is wonderful. It's healthy. There is nothing. The Environmental Working Group is an independent organization that rates anything that you you eat or you put on your face or topical. And I was very consistent in making sure that there was no ingredient within this product that was greater than a 1 out of 10. So it has no harmful ingredients. You literally, I wouldn't recommend eating it, but you could essentially eat this product. It's extremely healthy, and that's our goal. Our goal is to put out a product that we don't. In order to seek health, you don't want to harm yourself in the process. And a lot of companies out there, whether it's CBD, whether it's other supplements, a lot of companies will short circuit that development, that processing it set, and they will say, oh yeah, this is really good. And so the person thinks they're doing something wonderful, but they may be consuming something that in the end may be very harmful for them over time. And that's something that we're very, very, and I personally am very motivated to make sure it does not happen. I don't want to take something that isn't going to be healthy for me, my children, or my family and friends.
And you guys, we're not doing this to this isn't a Facebook commercial ad. This is about understanding health and other ways to get your health in track. So what do you want to do? Do you want to talk about your project first, so we make sure that we talk about that and then do Q&A?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about your project so we get that out there, because this is a really important one, you guys. Really, really important. Go ahead.
Which one do we want to talk about? The CBD course?
The course, yes.
Ecuador.
Course, Q&A, Ecuador. Okay, great.
I do have a CBD education course that you can purchase through LivLabs. And it's a 11 chapter course. It's video course. It has quizzes. You can get a little certificate at the end, but it's basically anything that you need to know to educate yourself, to educate others about CBD and the hemp plant in general. It talks about the history. It talks about botany. It talks about how it's affected in the body. It is limited because it is associated with LivLabs. So the FDA is very restrictive in what you can say. I would just say that anything that is said in that certification course with regard to benefits towards your body, you could probably multiply that by 10. Because I'm not able to, even though there's scientific proof behind it and literature from the National Institute of Health or such, but it's a tremendous compound that has amazing health benefits. So awesome. The course is very inclusive, and it was a work of love, and I hope that people benefit from knowing about this plant compound, because it is going to be a part of our lives going forward. So,
and if they're interested in that, Dr. O'Connor, where do they go to? What do they do?
They could actually go to the LivLabs site.
I love Michelle's in the background. Yeah. They're going here. Tell them.
Maybe I can have her text Priscilla or something, and
yeah, can you text Priscilla? And that'll be great.
You can text her on my phone, Michelle.
Yeah.
But anyway, she's
yes. Here's a question, Dr. O'Connor. What do you know about autoimmune hepatitis?
Enough to make everybody on this program fall asleep. Because.
Sorry.
And I don't mean that lightly. If you have autoimmune hepatitis, I'm just saying that autoimmune hepatitis is one of those things that a number of things can cause it. There can be triggers, and this is what functional medicine would look at. Functional medicine would say, okay, is it because you have a gluten allergy or sensitivity? And because your immune system is in overdrive, it's recognizing your hepatocytes or liver cells as foreign, and it basically chews up your liver cells and causes inflammation to your liver. You can also look at toxins. There may be toxins or a previous medication that you were on that can convert your immune system to attack your native liver cells. Even bacteria or viruses can precipitate, again, your immune system becoming out of control and recognizing something that is self as foreign. And that's what contributes to the hepatitis. Hepatitis, hepa just means liver, itis means inflammation, autoimmune just means that it's your body's recognizing itself as a foreign substance. So it's recognizing the liver cells as something that you shouldn't be having that occur. And by talking to a functional medicine specialist, you can find out what might be the trigger for your autoimmune hepatitis. And by eliminating that trigger, you might be able to wind down your immune system enough that it suppresses that effect. And your body, especially the liver has an incredible ability to repair itself. You can actually either go into remission or actually cure it.
That's wonderful.
So
That's wonderful. And you guys, here's Nicole. If you could remember that Nicole Oberg was our guest 2 months ago. She is a Reiki master teacher. So if you want, Nicole, can you put your website down so people can find you to learning about Reiki? And she does it. She can do it over Zoom. Nicole says, which is the one for metabolic syndrome again?
Live Balance.
Live Balance. There you go.
And this has dihydroberberine, which is like the pharmaceutical medication called metformin, but it's much better. It also has Ceylon cinnamon, and cinnamon is very well known for helping the cell absorb sugars appropriately. And it has something called chromium polynicotinate. And there's a difference because most chromium products are chromium polynicotinate and not polynicotinate. And it sounds like they sound like the same thing, but they're quite different. And one can actually cause toxicity in higher amounts. But the one that we use in the LivLabs product is bioactive, meaning that the body can absorb it and use it appropriately without having to change it from its formulation.
And that's what my people say. The Greek, I'm going to make a really bad dad joke, guys. Get ready. That's what my people say too. You never know the difference between Christokakis and Christokakos. Difference. I'm so sorry. I had to. It was bottling up, and I just had to. So
you lost your train of thought thinking of the bad dad joke.
I know it was bad. Okay, so where are we? Okay, so Charlene wants to know, does one of these products help with panic attacks?
It's one of the great benefits of CBD in general is it reduces the stimuli that comes from the body to the brain, and your amygdala, which is a very particular area of the brain, which is stimulated by the fight or flight. That's its job. It's to look at all the stimuli out there and decide which one is the dangerous stimuli, which one do you have to worry about. And CBD, as well as ashwagandha, like these hemp gummies, these are really good. They work as an adaptogenic. So over time, they benefit you. But the CBD has a very, very quick action for reducing some of that stress, some of that anxiety. So if you're right in the middle of a panic attack, again, it's asking an awful lot of any product to settle you down, unless you're looking at something that's just going to anesthetize you. But for day-to-day use, this could help to reduce the stimuli, increase the threshold so that you're not at that agitated edge so quickly.
That makes sense. First of all, Jennifer says that was awesome. Thank you with her question earlier. We want to go to Annette. How about osteoarthritis?
It's wonderful for that as well. It's got it reduces the perception of pain in the body. So in your brain, you have in your body, in between your spinal cord and your nerves, you have these little receptors that release chemicals that sense pain, and they will send chemoreceptors. They'll send chemicals to your brain that are attracted by these chemoreceptors, and that tells the body that you have pain somewhere. Well, CBD can blunt that effect, and it helps to reduce the sensation of pain and discomfort. So it's very effective for that. It's a wonderful thing. If you have osteoarthritis, though, again, functional medicine is very good at figuring out what the cause of the inflammation, because osteo meaning bone, arthritis meaning joint and joint inflammation. So bone and joint inflammation, there's usually a trigger, and it can be as simple as a food allergy, a toxin, etc. So if you can find that key and you can remove that stressor from your body, or that toxin or that food allergy from your body will help to heal itself even without the CBD products. So, it's not just about taking something. It may be as simple as reducing something from your diet. So you don't necessarily have to go out and spend money on a product. You could actually help yourself sometimes by eliminating something from your diet or your environment. So this isn't about just selling something. It's about education. It's about having the wherewithal and the concern enough to find out where that client's problems are arising. And it's like what you do, Elias. You get to the spirit. You get to the cause of where the darkness or where the spirit is being suppressed or challenged, and
Right.
you find a way to remove that. And with me personally, you've done that. I've had blockages that you have found, and you have created the sense in me that I don't have to look elsewhere to heal myself. I can look within. And
And
you
that's the
are,
key.
yes.
That's the key.
And
I
thank
just
you
want to
for
read
that.
this. Of course. The Secret Language of Your Body, when you by Ina Segal, if you look up arthritis, holding on to anger and resentment from the past, carrying guilt, remorse, and shame, difficulty forgiving yourself and others, complaining about life, worrying but not wanting to make changes, feeling stuck and limited. It's fascinating. It's fascinating. It's a great book, but you do need to do other things with it. It's kind of like, here's the aha. Oh, I can work on it this way. Now I need to feed the body something to have a prosperous health, but then you have to have a prosperous spirit and emotional everything else. Nikki says, I have used CB. Oh, wait, first of all, sorry, Nikki. Guys, go to facebook.com, Sauk Valley Reiki, if you want to know about Reiki training with Nicole. So we'll have Nicole back on again. I have used CBD balm for my restless leg syndrome. It did nothing. Are there different levels of CBD balm or any other suggestions?
Yes. And that's where quality comes in. Not all CBD products are the same. Some are made of hemp seed, which has no active ingredient that can impact your body and affect the CB1 or CB2 receptors, or the vanillic receptors, or the 15 to 20 different receptors in the body. So it does make a difference, not only the quality, but the quality and the concentration. It also depends on how the product is brought to the body. Sometimes the balm works really good. Sometimes you need to take it systemically in order to get the effect. And we have a really good product called Hemp Pro, which is curcumin, which is a great anti-inflammatory, and hemp itself, the hemp oil or CBD oil. And when you take it systemically, it passes through to all the tissues in the body. The only one that doesn't have a receptor is the red blood cell. So maybe with your restless leg syndrome, if you took a CBD oil or a capsule, or you stuck it underneath your tongue, it may present the CBD in a way that really benefits you more so than, say, the balm. Everybody is different. So it comes down to, sometimes trial and error, and then sometimes a little bit is better than a lot. Because the endocannabinoid system, or the CBD system, is a balancing system. Sometimes if you take too much, it may do the opposite of what you're anticipating. So sometimes it just means that you just need just a kiss of CBD, and that can make a world of difference for you. The nice thing about LivLabs products is it does have a 30-day empty bottle, jar, canister, whatever guarantee. So you have nothing to lose. Try the product. If it didn't work for you, contact support, and they'll refund your money. It's simple.
Awesome.
No questions asked, 100% guaranteed. And I wouldn't work with a company that was anything different than that.
And you guys, something that Dr. O'Connor will not tell you, but I will tell you, because I love him like a soul brother. This man is not out here to, like he said earlier, for the money. I want you to know something that I was so touched by. There was a gentleman outside of the country that wanted to go to med school. And you made that happen. You made that happen. And he then thanked you by opening up a clinic with your name in it, right? Right?
It was actually an English school.
English school, sorry.
Yes.
Let's make it a clinic and make it real good. No, but it was an English school. Yes.
He's actually going to work in one of the in the clinic that we're going to talk about after this.
Okay, awesome. We'll get to a couple more questions and we'll try and do them quickly. What do you think of probiotics? Yeah or nay?
Love probiotics. If they're
Awesome.
the right kind, you got to be very careful. Again, this is just, probiotics in general. It's a great concept. We really need these for our bodies to be in good balance. But again, because of the way that the FDA and the industry standards are, what they say on the package may not represent what actually gets delivered to your gut. So it's not just about that you're taking 4 billion colonies of a particular bacteria. You have to have those, at least some of those, survive to the areas in your intestine where they function. And that can be a very tricky thing to find. And there are a couple of, the one that I love is Seed, SEED. And I get no remuneration from this company. It's the probiotic that I take. It's the probiotic that I recommend, seed.com, SEED.com. It's phenomenal. It really makes a difference.
Awesome.
So buyer beware in that industry as well.
What if I'm taking metformin? Can I supplement with LivBalance?
Absolutely, you can. As a matter of fact, the way that you would do that is you need to monitor your blood sugars when you're taking them, because you may find that your blood sugars may reduce by 15 to 20% just by taking the supplement. And that would allow you to reduce your metformin. Metformin is one of those really unique compounds that we're finding out can actually increase your longevity. And there was an interesting study where they looked at type 2 diabetics that were taking metformin and type 2 diabetics who didn't they took something else, Jardiance, etc. And they found that the people taking metformin were living 2 to 4 years longer than their cohorts that were taking something else. And what I would say about the dihydroberberine is in the balance is benefits from the entourage effect. Whereas metformin is just one compound in the French lilac, the dihydroberberine is the entire milieu of plant compounds that's found in the French lilac that nature has given us as a plant medicine. And so, with metformin, we think we're smarter than nature. Well, with Live Balance, we're taking that arrogance away and saying we think nature's smarter than we are. Let's let nature take course and use this plant medicine to help you.
Thank you. We're going to try and get through these as many as we can, because can you stay an extra 15 minutes? Are you okay with that? I know it's late for you. Does a Live Balance have any appetite suppression benefits too?
It does indirectly, because by reducing the circulating blood sugars, you don't have that need to eat. And when your blood sugars are out of control, you sometimes your blood sugars will drop too quickly, and it signals your body that, oh, I need to eat something because my blood sugar is dropping.
Right.
If your blood sugars are high, sometimes that same effect can happen by a different mechanism. So it does indirectly. There is a really neat, we do have a product called Slender Hemp, which has uses hemp and some other neat Garcinia cambogia, etc., that will help to moderate your appetite. It's a weight balance product, which is really good.
Awesome. I'm going to go up, guys. So give me a moment. Eva wants to know, my boyfriend. Oh my gosh, Eva. My boyfriend just had a heart transplant and he has diabetes and high blood pressure. Could he take CBD?
Absolutely, but you just have to be very careful, because anytime that most pharmacologic medications, and he's going to be on a lot of immune modulators, and he's on a lot of things to help suppress his immune system. A lot of those medications are metabolized by the liver, and the liver has several different classes of enzymes which it uses to break down toxins that the body has. And the body recognizes those pharmacologics as toxins. So the body metabolizes them. And you only have, your liver can only create a certain amount of those enzymes in a given amount of time. So any medicine or any supplement that you take that utilizes those enzymes for its metabolism can compete with some of those other things. So if he is taking those medicines and he wants to take a CBD product, first talk to his transplant team, first and foremost. That heart is a gift. And he made a contract with the person who donated that heart spiritually. He made a contract with his transplant team to do what they say, because you don't want to waste that cherished gift. I mean, I can't think of a greater gift another person could give another person, but a part of them. So talk to the transplant team before you start any supplement. Talk to them about CBD. If it's something that they feel that you can try, go low, go slow, and work with your team about that.
Lisa said, can people email you directly for CBD advice?
Absolutely.
Okay. And Priscilla or Michelle, can you text Priscilla on Dr. O'Connor's email?
Yeah,
anything for so we've got, I'm just going to run these off. Sure. Menopause. We've got a suggestion for weight loss. We have people are saying, oh my God, awesome human. You're awesome. Great information. Thank you, Priscilla, for telling Danielle about the book. Here's the book again, Secret Language of Your Body by Ina Segal. And thank you. Let's see, I use CBD for my anxiety, definitely helps. So guys, those of you that asked about anxiety and depression, yes. Hi, Darlene. Erosive arthritis. Are we talking about, is erosive arthritis different than rheumatoid arthritis?
I mean, well, it just depends. Erosive just means that things are degenerating. The joint is degenerating
Right.
probably rapidly. And
Okay.
rheumatoid arthritis, these are all just part of a spectrum of,
Yeah.
oops, there we go. It's all part of a spectrum. And so sometimes the name isn't as important as, the underlying cause is inflammation. So you get to the root cause. Rheumatoid happens to be a particular form of like an autoimmune disorder, whereas osteoarthritis can be caused by trauma, like working too hard. So
Right.
it just depends. But yeah, CBD is wonderful for any inflammatory joint condition.
Lupus and fibromyalgia?
Again, wonderful for that. But I would say first and foremost, if you want to use CBD as a bridge to help you out, to make you more comfortable, that's wonderful. But get to a functional medicine doctor, get to the root cause, because sometimes it can be simple. It can be simply a food allergy that you're unaware of that can trigger the fibromyalgia, that can trigger the symptoms that you have. And removing that could change your whole life in a matter of weeks to months.
Which is wonderful. I know we talked about leaky gut. If you can give a short answer about that, and then leaky gut and menopausal symptoms. Yes.
We have a neat product called Flame, which is a topical. It's called Flame. It's a sexual health product that we have, and it's really good, especially for vaginal dryness, for dyspareunia, where it hurts to have contact and physical contact. It also enhances blood flow in the perineal area, the vaginal area, enhances some of the mucoid receptors, so it helps to release fluids and lubricate, etc. And it increases sensation, but also the CBD works centrally in the brain to reduce the anxiety that sometimes the pain-related symptoms of intercourse or relationships can be mitigated by taking the CBD. So it works in a more global effect than some of the menopausal, like the hormones and such.
Okay. Lisa says, I have PMR. Would this be helpful for me?
Yes. Again, root cause. Find the root cause. CBD is a wonderful bridge. It's a wonderful way to get some relief while you're determining the underlying cause of your inflammation.
And this is what you guys, if you want to find a functional medical doctor in your area, ifm.org. Okay, look that up. Brandy says, sign me up for Flame. Hi, Brandy. Good to see you, my friend.
Brandy,
okay.
Brandy, send me your send Priscilla your address, and I'll send you a sample of it.
That's nice of you. Okay, awesome. Okay, so let's I think we said IBS and inflammation correlation.
Yes.
Real quick, Lisa, real quick.
Yeah.
And Hashimoto's. I know somebody asked about Hashimoto's.
These are all inflammatory, and they all stem from either a toxin, a trauma, a food allergy, something in the body, and leaky gut as well. Leaky gut is just where, instead of those cells being very tight, certain proteins and things that you eat and bacteria and proteins can slide in between the cells and get into areas where they're not supposed to go unescorted. And so it triggers your immune system to react, and then it can set up inflammation, not only right there at the gut lining, but elsewhere, joints, your brain fog, etc.
Priscilla, did Michelle give you the info for the class that Dr. O'Connor is doing, that people can learn all about CBD and become certified in that information. And
If you go to the
if they,
Ultra Doc, if you go to the Ultra Doc Ultra Health,
oh, is that it? Okay, let me
yeah,
go back. Dun, 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 dun,
that'll
let your
get,
fingers do the walk-in.
yeah, that'll get you to the site, and then you can just go on the site, and it'll have a link to the course.
Okay. Sorry, Priscilla, I've got to scroll all up. Can you yes, thank you. She said she'll post it again. Okay. And guys, holler for all the great moderators. And Michelle in the background, who's like, she's got it. She's got it.
She's waving, by the way.
She said the link did not work. Kelly, which link? Thank you so much for sharing your knowledge with us. Looking forward to checking out your website. Thanks, Darlene. So let's move on, because we got a few minutes to talk about. We talked about your course. We talked about LivLabs. We talked about how amazing you are. She is magical. Yes, she is. Thank you, Lori. And we want to talk about Ecuador. Woo, woo, woo. Ecuador, shake it, roll it. Okay, sorry. So Ecuador, everybody. Ecuador, I want you to know this from Ecuador. Where is it again? Crap, I have to go back to the whole picture again, for the love of God. So Ecuador, everyone, is phenomenal. And oh, because I didn't put it on the right thing. And you get to see from their beautiful place, you get to see something like this. Let's say it again. We'll say it loud. We'll say it proud. And the retreat is going to be called Your Volcanic Soul, blasting out to embrace your authentic self. And look, everyone, look at this view. And where is this view from, Dr. O'Connor?
That is from the wraparound porch on the home. So you're looking towards Lake San Pablo del Lago, or del Lago San Pablo. So anyway, the that view is from the veranda that goes around the house, and when you're looking at Imbabura, that volcano, you're overlooking a couple of flowering trees that are just loaded with hummingbirds. We have the long-tailed hummingbirds. We have these little tiny hummingbirds. We have it's beautiful, and the butterflies, thousands and thousands of butterflies, all dancing in this pirouette of joy. It's just beautiful. So,
and here's the thing, guys. The energy of the land is feminine. The volcanic energy, the mountains, the volcanoes, are masculine. You have this beautiful synergy of divine masculine and feminine. Now, on our retreat, I talked to Jean. I'm just going to give a little sneak thing. We're going to have you walk on the labyrinth, which is on the land. There is a sweat lodge. There is a possibility to do, I have to talk to Jean, but there's a possibility of doing a ceremonial-based San Pedro experience. There is ayahuasca, but I would lean more to San Pedro for the gentleness of it. And it's all done. I mean, you will be safe. We'll have lots of information on this. We're going to walk the labyrinth. And do you know how people have you go walk on coals? This is a new idea. I'm so excited. So what we're going to do is we're going to have you walk on carnations, because you can walk. You're going to be, I'm going to walk on. I'm going to walk on.
I can't do that. I'll not get that out of my.
I'm going to walk on coals, and you've got this I'm going to do it. There is a talent to walking on carnations and feeling the softness and the gentleness in the strength. You have a choice, and the choice is amazing. It just popped in my head. I was like, why have I never done this on a retreat before? And I've done 40 retreats now. And that idea, there's a beauty and a strength in gentleness. Why do we have to have it shoved in our face? We don't. So we're going to do a ceremony based on this, and there'll be an opportunity to. There's a the leather mart thing. There's also the shamans market thing, right?
Yeah, there's a indigenous marketplace which has been going continuously for 4,000 years in the same, literally in the same square. There is a leather there. Each of the communities has a specialty, or some of the communities. There's a silver, so they do this very delicate filigree silver work. There's another one that focuses on leather. There's another one that focuses. You can on the way there from the airport, you go by the floral district in where I think it's like 60% of the long stem roses in the world are grown in this one area.
Wow.
So if you want to do roses instead of carnations, you could do roses and walking on rose petals.
Something we'll discuss. So the dates that we're thinking is late March, and we'll let you know. There's just some like simple things that we have to find out. I'm waiting for some information that Dr. O'Connor's going to send to me. There's just something about, I don't know, high-tech stuff, guys, that we can't get the thing. Hi, Thomas. Thomas is looking forward to have you back here in Ecuador soon. Oh, hi, Thomas. Thomas.
You'll get to meet Thomas when you come down to the retreat. Thomas is an amazing shaman.
Okay, and because of Thomas, I'm going to show you. See, we're getting out of the Zoom lighting. Oh my God, my body. Okay, we're getting over here, and Thomas, I want to show you my mesa. This is my mesa. It's Peruvian based, but here's my mesa. And I've been studying the Pachacuri Mesa since 2002. So been doing that. I've never been drawn to doing ayahuasca. I get visions anyway, but I'm considering doing the San Pedro. There's that.
Thomas is an expert in the San Pedro experience, especially
awesome.
The sweat lodges and such.
Lisa says she's in. Nicole, you're coming. Nicole, you're coming. Lisa says I'm in. I want to come. I want details. You're funny. So yes, and thank you. So we will have more information. The land is beautiful. It is sacred. I mean, I'm telling you, it is super sacred. I have not been there. I've seen pictures. I've seen the YouTube of the land. It's so great. Now, before we, is there anything else that you want to share before I kind of like?
Yeah, the interesting thing is Thomas resides on the property right now, and he's the most recent caretaker of the property from the original Aya, who originally purchased the land and built the structure. But Thomas is he's the current caretaker of it, and he and Michelle and I have, we've connected, and we want Thomas to always be a part of that land, because we feel that it's incomplete. Each one of us is being brought to that property for a reason, and it's incomplete without him. It's incomplete without the memory of Aya, who is the original. And at some point, there will be someone who will become the caretaker when we pass on the property to the next person. But it's a magical place. It's just, you can't imagine the beauty. Thomas has done such a beautiful job maintaining the character, the physical, but yet he also adds a depth because of his shamanistic abilities that you just have to experience it.
And Thomas, I am so looking forward to meeting you. And I know this is be recording, but I have so when I was doing energy cord cutting, my condor feather broke in the middle of the ceremony. And it was funny. I'm like, oh my God, we have 10 more people. And magically, I don't know, it really went like this. And magically, we got through it because I was like, what just happened? After the last one, it just like I had to throw it in the fire because it was done. So, if there's ever a condor feather that just happens to fall on the floor and we freeze it to get rid of the mites, because y'all know how I am, and that would be lovely. Just saying. I am just saying. Amber's like, over here checking my passport now. I've never had a passport, always traveled. I've never had a passport, always traveled before. Okay, good thing I'm processing. And we're in Ecuador, so people know.
It's San Pablo del Lago.
San Pablo del Lago. Sí, claro que sí. San Pablo del Lago. Yes. So I know I kept you a little bit longer. Guys, we're going to just shameful plugs right now. Tomorrow is we will do on TikTok, 7:30 Central, we'll do a guided meditation. Tomorrow night is at 4 p.m. is our Growing Your Psychic Senses class. 2 classes, Big Fat Greek Mouth. We're going to go longer than 90 minutes. And both classes together, 180 minutes long, is $33. We also got the past life class on the 12th. We also have the messages from above class. And the most important one, guys, don't leave yet. The most important one is the soul chat. We're going to start doing a soul chat where we get together on Zoom and we talk about all the metaphysical stuff and we can build community. We can talk about, how do we connect to our guides? What do we do to clear energy? How do we smudge? What's a retreat like? Talk about it. And speaking of retreats, my next retreat is honoring your inner voice. It is at Terra Muse, and that's in Mechanicsville, Iowa. It's the first weekend in November. So I'm super, super excited. Dr. O'Connor, you are always, 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 always welcome to come on anytime. Guys, please check out the CBD certification course. So important. I can't wait for you guys to just check it out. Also, look at everything. Look at everything that Dr. O'Connor does, and it's from the heart. I only bring people on here that have integrity, everybody. I hope you know that. And I want to share the world with them because they are special people to me. And I want you guys to be aware. That's why TikTokers, thank you for joining. Please spread the word for other TikTokers to come on. Please sign up for the email list. That's another reason why I'm doing a contest every month, because we need to grow that list. We need to grow this community. And I am here to help Dr. O'Connor anyway to grow his community over there and to bring people to awareness of what true beauty from within is. Everyone is saying thank you. Thank you. Rose says thank you. This has been amazingly interesting, educational, and fun. Irma says, Dr. O'Connor, thank you so much for sharing all your knowledge. Thank you, Priscilla. And Eva says, thank you much. Patty, thank you. Lori says, thank you, doctor. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Guys, and let's thank the moderators. Let's thank moderators, meaning Michelle and Priscilla. And can you hold on for a second?
Sure.
For a moment. Okay. Sarah, you made it through the whole thing. Oh my God. And guess what? Sarah said that if you ever need a caretaker, she'll be more than glad to help the land. She will just hop over from the UK over that. And, she's got a couple animals. She'll be more than glad to take care of your place.
Well,
she's in love with it.
The property comes with cats and dogs.
See?
Yes, yeah. So I mean, they're just as much a part of the land as anything else. So
thank you, Thomas, so much. Thank you so much. Mucho gracias. And Denise says, my heart is full tonight. Thanks for the information. You're welcome. Delora, no more monkeys jumping on the bed. Okay. Shonda, I miss him. I'm so sorry. I was making summer. Shonda, no worries, because you can watch the replay. Look at Sarah. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. All right, guys. As always, we are here to connect. And when we connect, we educate. And when we educate, we grow. There is unity in community. Join the Soul Chat. See me on TikTok on Friday, Saturday, Sunday at 3 p.m. Pacific. That's 5 o'clock Central. That's 6 o'clock Eastern. We'll do all the fun stuff. And I can't thank you enough, Dr. O'Connor, and I can't thank all of you enough for supporting Dr. O'Connor on his special visit. We'll have him back again because there's so much information. You have so much information. And what I love is that you will take your time about it. So thank you, thank you, thank you. From my heart to yours and everybody else's, thank you, everyone, for being here. We'll see you soon. And Dr. O'Connor, hold on one second. Take care, everyone.